Hi, I'm Carol from Threads. I'd like to show you how to create a custom blouse like one of these using your own measurements. This blouse is really simple to draft and sew, and you can change the design to make different looks. This one has a drawstring neckline and a small faced placket at center front. These two blouses are made of lightweight sheer fabric and they have quite a lot of ease. We designed them with very, very full sleeves, and the sleeves are gathered at the wrist with a band of elastic. Your blouse is based on your measurements, so let's start by taking and recording those. First, measure from the neck down to the desired length. I decided to make a tunic length blouse of 25 inches long. Next, measure the bust and hip circumference. Record the larger of these two dimensions. In this case, that is the hip circumference at 36 inches. Now, measure from the neck over the shoulder to the desired sleeve length. You can make this top short-sleeved or long-sleeved. I want long sleeves, so my measurement is 23 inches. Finally, measure the fullest part of the upper arm. Here, that's about 10 inches. With the measurements we just took, we'll start to draft the patterns. They begin as simple rectangles, and we use the same pattern for the front and back. Make the rectangle the length you determined earlier, plus 2 inches for a neckline casing and hem allowance. Here, that will be 25 inches plus 2, for a total of 27 inches long. For the width, divide the bust or hip measurement by 2, then add 1 inch for seam allowances, and 5 or more inches of ease. For the sample blouse, I added 10 inches of ease because my fabric is lightweight, and my total width will be 29 inches. To make the sleeve pattern, draw a rectangle the sleeve length you measured. I've added 2 inches of ease so the sleeve can blouse. Then add 1 inch for a neckline casing and 1 inch for the hem. The width of the sleeve pattern should be at least 5 inches larger than the arm circumference, but it can be fuller. In this case, I added 9 inches of ease and 1 inch for seam allowances, for a total of about 20 inches. Cutting out the fabric pieces is simple. Cut 2 rectangles with the front and back pattern and 2 sleeves. Start by pressing under the neckline casing. On each piece, press the top edge under by 1/4 inch, then again by 3/4 of an inch. Next, choose one piece to be the front. You'll add the placket here, in the center. Fold the front in half to establish the center front line and press the crease. If your fabric is unstable but not sheer, you can reinforce the placket area by fusing a 1 inch wide strip of interfacing to the wrong side. Cut a 2 inch by 6 inch straight grain fabric strip and clean finish 3 edges. On the wrong side, draw a line down the center with chalk. On the blouse front right side, open out the casing and center the placket strip on the center front crease. Align the unfinished end at the neckline edge. Pin to secure. Stitch down the placket strip close to the center line to about 1 inch from the bottom of the strip. Sew a few stitches across the line and sew back up the other side close to the line. For the best results, use a shorter stitch length near the bottom of the line. With small, sharp scissors, cut between the 2 rows of stitching to, but not through, the lower point. Turn the placket facing to the wrong side, and then press it. Before joining the pieces together, let's shape the upper corners to make a raglan-style sleeve. Create a right triangle template, 5 inches on one side and 8 inches to 10 inches on the other. Place the template on the upper corner of one piece and cut along the hypotenuse. Be sure to keep the casing folded closed as you do this. Repeat for all upper corners on the front, back, and sleeves. Now it's time to assemble the blouse. The first step is to sew the raglan seams. Place the pieces with right sides together and unfold the pressed neckline casing. Pin the seam. Stitch the seams with a 1/2 inch wide seam allowance. Next, fold the neckline casing back into position and sew around the neckline. Start at one side of the front placket and continue around the neckline, ending at the opposite side of the placket. Now, sew the side and sleeve seams with right sides together in one pass. Press and sew the hem. It's a top-stitched double fold hem. Create a casing for the sleeve elastic by pressing under 1/4 of an inch, then 3/4 of an inch. Sew along this edge, leaving a 1 inch opening to insert the elastic. Insert a drawstring into the neckline casing using a safety pin or bodkin to draw it through. The drawstring can be ribbon, cord, or a bias tube made of self fabric. And that's it. If you have a couple of yards of fabric, you can make a blouse in an afternoon. Remember to like, share, and follow our channel for more projects and sewing techniques. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we post new content.